Alright, so welcome back din sa ating channel dito sa Bobs TV. Okay, so ito mga babayan, no? Nagbotohan na po. Ito pong mga kongresista dito po sa kaso ni VP Sara Duterte sa kanyang impeachment complaint mga babayan. At ito po, majority vote mga babayan, no? Sufficient in substance po ang impeachment complaint dito kay Sara Duterte mga babayan. Okay, so ito po ay natutuwa tayo sa mga kongresista dito na bumoto mga babayan. Alam nyo po kung bakit? No? Hindi kasi sila natakot. No? Hindi sila natakot doon sa mga sinasabi ng mga DDS. Na kapag sila daw po ay bumoto, mga babayan, no, lagot daw po sila sa 2028. Ito po ay katunayan lamang na may paninindigan itong mga kongresista na to. Na hindi nyo sila basta-basta matatakot mga babayan. Na hindi sila basta-basta matatakot, no, dito po sa mga DDS. No, kasi 'di ba pinagbabantahan sila, no, na kapag kung sino daw yung bumoto, no, sa impeachment na yan kay Sara Duterte, lagot daw po sa 2028. Alam niyo na kung sino tinutukoy ko. So ngayon ito panoorin natin yung naganap o nangyaring botohan mga kababayan. At ano nga ba yung paliwanag po dito? Doon itong si attorney o congressman Jinky Luistro. Alright? Let's go.
To respect, the chair has stated already that the rule provides the determination of the sufficiency in substance with respect to the impeachment complaint and not to the individual grounds. Again, we deliberated per ground only to give a better perspective to the justice members in the determination of the sufficiency in substance. In other words, we will be voting on the entire impeachment complaint and not on the individual grounds.
Okay, so ito paliwanag lang natin baka hindi naintindihan ng mga DDS dyan. Nagkaroon po ng deliberation doon sa third and fourth impeachment mga babayan. No, yun nilalaman po nun. No, kung ano yung mga nilalaman nun, pinag-usapan po yun, isa-isa mga babayan. Yung sa third, tapos yung sa fourth impeachment. Pinag-usapan po mga babayan kung ano yung nilalaman ng mga yon. No, pero ang mangyayari pong botohan dyan as a whole po. Kumbaga package po, Isang buo po. No, kung 5 yung nilalaman ng third impeachment, no, kahit 3 yung ayaw ninyo, yung 2 gusto ninyo, no, ang boto po ninyo doon, isa lang po. Okay, so para maintindihan ng mga DDS dyan. Ganon din doon sa fourth impeachment complaint mga babayan. No, as a whole po, isahang boto lang. No, doon lang po sa complaint na yon mga babayan. Ganon po siya doon sa mga DDS dyan. Mahina pa naman isip ng ibang mga DDS dyan. Mahina pa naman ang utak ng mga yan. Tuloy natin.
And we are not conceiving as well the situation where the members will be manifesting a different position with respect to a respective ground of the impeachment complaint. With that, we shall proceed to vote. The chair is now ready to hear the motion on the sufficiency in substance of the third impeachment complaint, that is Father Sabalia et al. Impeachment complaint endorsed by the Honorable Congresswoman De Lima.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Asidre is recognized.
Madam Chair, I move that we vote on the sufficiency of substance on the Sabalia et al. Complaint.
May we be given the opportunity to make it more accurate. We
Madam-
need to declare either sufficiency or insufficiency in substance of Sabalia et al. Complaint.
Madam
The
Chair.
Honorable Asidre.
Madam Chair, I move that we declare sufficient in substance the Sabalia et al. Impeachment complaint.
There is a motion to declare the sufficiency in substance of
Second.
Sabalia et al. Impeachment complaint. The same has been seconded by the Honorable Tino and the Honorable Zamora. Do I hear an objection?
No objection.
No one is objecting?
Objection, Madam.
An objection has been registered by the Honorable Suntay, which means we will proceed to vote. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Can you higher your hands just to make sure that the Secretariat will come up with an accurate counting? Secretariat, are you okay? Kong Dumogan is here and raising his hand as well. Oh, you may now put down your hands. Those who are not in favor of the motion, those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. It's okay. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand. All right, so that concludes the voting. Secretariat, the result, please. For the record, the Honorable Renego just came and she's registering as well her vote for the affirmative. That is in favor of the motion. The vote of Arnan Panaligan is counted already per the Secretariat. With 54 votes in the affirmative, 1 in the negative,
Grabe,
and
no?
0 abstention, the chair declares the sufficiency in substance of Sabala et al. Impeachment complaint. So ruled. Now we proceed to the fourth impeachment complaint, the Cabrera impeachment complaint endorsed by the Honorable Abante and the Honorable Ortega. The chair is ready to hear the necessary motion.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Rodriguez.
Before the vote, once again, I would like to ask. There are 5 grounds on the fourth complaint. This representation believes in the dismissal, no substance in 3, but 2 has substance. How do I vote?
Honorable Rodriguez, it is clear in the rules that we are voting on the entire impeachment complaint. The sufficiency in substance has to be determined on the basis of its entirety and not on the basis of the individual grounds. In other words, it's either you vote in favor of the sufficiency or not in favor of the sufficiency.
Madam Chair, I always agree with the chair.
Thank you. The chair is ready to hear the necessary motion.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Zamora.
I move to declare the impeachment complaint filed by Attorney Nathaniel Cabrera as sufficient in substance.
There is a motion to declare the impeachment complaint of Cabrera sufficient in substance. Do I hear a second? The same has been seconded. Is there any objection?
Madam Chair, once again, objection.
The same has been objected to. We shall proceed to divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand.
Grabe, no? Landslide voting to, mga kababayan.
Secretariat, are you okay? You may put down your hands. Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. You may put down your hand. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand. That concludes our voting on the fourth impeachment complaint. Secretariat, result, please. With 54 votes in the affirmative, and 1 vote in the negative, with 0 abstention, the chair declares the Cabrera impeachment complaint sufficient in substance. So ruled.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Zamora.
in view of the finding of the sufficiency and substance of the 2 impeachment complaints, I move to issue notice to the Vice President or the respondent to the impeachment complaints to file our answer to the impeachment complaints within a non-extendable period of 10 calendar days from receipt of this notice. Thank you, Madam Chair.
There is a motion for the issuance of notice to Vice President Sara Duterte for the filing of her answer to the 2 impeachment complaints within the non-extendable period of 10 days. Do I hear a second? The same has been
Grabe.
seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is granted. The committee is directed to issue the necessary notice to the respondent. If there are no other matters,
Okay, so yan mga kababayan, at ito naman po yung explanation po dyan.
of course, the Vice President, for her to file her answer to the 2 impeachment complaints within the period, non-extendable period of 10 calendar days, no? So, this is supposed to be furnished to the complainant. And from the date of receipt by the complainant of this answer, she is given a period of 3 calendar days to file a reply. And then that reply has to be furnished to the respondent as well, in which case the respondent is given another 3 calendar days for her to file her rejoinder, no? We will be welcoming also the submission of evidence. That is because both complaints have been declared sufficient in substance already, no? If ever there are affidavits and counter affidavits, we should be notified by the complainants because they need to be sworn in before the Justice Committee. When all this evidence and documents are gathered, completely gathered, and all these responsive pleadings are received, then that is the time for us to determine whether there is sufficient ground that support the impeachment complaint. And if the decision of the Justice Committee is in the affirmative, that's the only time that we will be proceeding to the hearing proper. So for the opening statement, that would be all. Thank you.
For the record lang po, meron apat na miyembro na regular member ng committee, 55 yung iba po galing sa ex-officio members po yun. Sino po yung mga dineputize? May mga bumoto po bang dineputize? If we can have... and for the record, sino po yung isang bumoto na no?
The members of the House who participated in the voting includes one is regular member, two ex-officio members. If the ex-officio members cannot attend, they can deputize non-members. So if you notice House members there who are neither justice members nor ex-officio members, then I wish to believe that they belong to those who were deputized by the ex-officio members. I know for a fact that my fellow from Batangas, the Honorable Beverly Marino, she was deputized by Deputy Speaker Bambi Imano. No, I am just not certain about the ex-officio members who deputized the non-members, but the COMSEC has a complete copy of the deputization letter that gives them the authority to participate and vote. The only one who casted a no vote is Congressman Bong Sontay. The rest of those who participated, including Kong Rufus Rodriguez, voted in favor of the motion.
Were you surprised with this vote?
Yes, I was. Because all his manifestations were apparently not in favor of the sufficiency, and that is why it is really surprising to see him voting in favor of the sufficiency.
Mapalok lang po kasi regular members po na House is 40 and 54 po yung nag-vote. So 14 more or less ang deputized by the ex-official members.
The ex-officio members, the ex-officio members include the speaker, the deputy speakers, the senior deputy majority leader, and the deputy majority leaders. So a lot of them attended, and when the ex-officio members are present, their attendance is counted and their vote is counted as well.
Second question lang po. Doon po ba sa hearing proper, doon na yung time na i-consolidate yung third and fourth impeachment complaint?
I am inclined to believe that the consolidation will happen after the determination of the existence of probable cause. And that is the last step, the fifth step before we go to the plenary.
So it will be tackled one by one pa rin po, yung pong mga grounds, pagka sa hearing proper.
Well, what's gonna happen is, just like in the notice, we will be attaching both impeachment complaints, the third and the fourth, no? So it will be up to the respondent on how he is going to respond to all the allegations therein. Either he files two separate answers, or he files one answer indicating the responses to the third impeachment complaint and indicating the responses as well to the fourth impeachment complaint. What is important is for us to have reference that we are still dealing with two impeachment complaints here, although consolidated in one proceeding.
Sorry, just to press on that. What if hindi po mag-reply ang VP Duterte?
If she doesn't file an answer, that is considered as a denial of all the allegations contained in the complaint, and the Justice Committee will simply proceed to hearing these impeachment complaints.
Kung during the hearing proper, pareho rin po ba dun sa determination ng sufficiency and substance na one article, one discussion?
Pwedeng ganun po yung maging takbo po. Pero, syempre, yung pagkakaiba, pwede na hong magsabpina ng mga resource persons, no? So, yung pong mga napangalanan doon po sa mga impeachment complaints, yung mga dagdag pa hong mga personalidad, yung pong mga dagdag pong mga dokumento. So, halimbawa, kanina po, yung pong mga SALN, pinag-uusapan kanina, so pwede hong i-request po ito mula sa Office of the Ombudsman, pwede pong itong i-request din sa Davao City Hall para po doon sa mga previous SALNs ng ating pong Vice Presidente nung siya po ay nasa Davao City pa. So, lahat po yan po yung magiging malaking pagkakaiba dahil pagtalakay na po ito ng mga aktual pong mga facts, meron na po mga testimonya at dokumentong kukunin mula sa mga tao at mga opisina.
Good afternoon po. Will the committee issue a subpoena on the bank records of the Vice President po? Since the complaints were already found sufficient in substance.
There are complainants. If they will be filing a motion for the issuance of the subpoena duces tecum, that is with regards to the relevant documents, no? And even ad testificandum, the attendance of significant witnesses, we will be acting on their motion.
Ma'am, pag just in case po na the committee approves that motion for a subpoena, hindi po ba ito contrary sa bank secrecy law? Kasi you mentioned about it kanina.
You will remember that one of the exceptions to the bank secrecy law is impeachment proceeding. So this is an exception to the bank secrecy law, which means we can look into the records of the bank account.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, I don't think meron po effect ito doon sa impeachment proceedings kasi most certainly isasabina ho talaga si Ramil Madiaga to prove the truth of his affidavit, no? And again, babalikan po natin yung mga nabasa ho nating mga defenses patungkol po kay Mr. Madriaga. Ang sinasabi po doon, he was never an employee of the Office of the Vice President. I think that matter was touched upon during the proceedings po kanina. Dalawang bagay. Yung po mga contracts of service, tsaka mga job, anong tawag dito? Job order contracts po sa gobyerno, technically hindi po yan mga empleyado ng mga opisina ng burokrasya. No? So, yun yung una. Pangalawa, kung ang status po ni Mr. Madrigaga ay confidential informant within yung sinasabi niya hong context of use of confidential funds, so ibig sabihin, hindi talaga siya maging empleyado, kundi ang estado niya ay confidential informant. So, we will see all of these things as soon as we subpoena Mr. Madriaga to the full impeachment proceedings po after a few weeks.
Sir, how would you describe po the timing, or Congresswoman, how would you describe the timing of the filing of the perjury complaint? Because it coincides on the day na boboto yung mga miyembro ng Justice Committee on the sufficiency and substance, and we all know that this is a crucial step for a proper hearing to be conducted.
Well, to tell you honestly, we didn't think about the timing, or we didn't even consider or react on the filing of the perjury case. Kami naman ho, ginagawa lang namin yung trabaho namin sa Committee on Justice, and everything that we did in the committee is according to the rules of the House of Representatives and according to the Constitution. So, it's the prerogative of the Vice President to file whatever case she wants to file, but like Congressman Terry said earlier, kung kailangan namin isabina yung witness, yung nag-execute na affidavit, gagawin namin po yun. So that is completely separate and separate from her filing of the perjury case.
transfer dito sa Kamara po. Si Ramil Madriaga po ay nandun po sa hawak po siya ng BJMP if I'm not mistaken. So there's any move with the Committee on Justice para matransfer dito sa pangangalaga ng Kamara?
Definitely, the initiative must come from the complainants, no? If they will be filing a request or a motion to that effect, to transfer the custody of Ramil Madriaga from BJMP to the House of Representatives, we will take that into consideration, but that should be subject to the approval of the justice members.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so yun mga kababayan, no? So malinaw na po, no, sa ating lahat kung ano yung mga magiging proseso after po neto, no, ng confirmation dito po sa impeachment complaint kay Sara Duterte, mga kababayan, no? So siguradong maraming iiyak na naman diyan. Okay? So yan muli, maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga patuloy na kasuporta dito sa ating channel. Kita-kits po tayo sa ating next video. Abangan nyo po palagi, i-click po ang notification bell para updated kayo sa mga latest video uploads natin. Ito muli ang inyong Kuya Mobs, it's Mobs TV. Peace. I'm out.